Hello, welcome to my channel. On this video, I'm going to show ManyChat and chatbot marketing as a fantastic way to get customer reviews. Hello, I am John Smarty, and here on the ProEdge marketing channel, I offer technology tips and strategies to help real estate professionals and entrepreneurs make this the best decade ever. So let's get into this. Chatbot marketing has taken over the world. You're finding it in all industries, and real estate is one of the prime areas where we can help people automate their business through marketing with a chatbot. You see, a chatbot is an interactive experience. So when somebody enters in your messenger on Facebook, the chatbot's job is to talk to that person as if you're there. It's an easy way for you to send out something to a customer and have the chatbot say, "Thanks, how are we doing? Would you mind leaving us a recommendation?" And with that recommendation, we can point them to where we want them to leave the recommendation. That could be on Facebook as a Facebook review. It could be on Google to have a Google review. That's up to you as you build this chatbot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you into ManyChat, and I'm going to take you step by step how to build that flow from start to finish so you could do that yourself this weekend. And if you're interested, I have a free ManyChat mini course where I'm giving away one of my flows, which is called the open house, the touchless open house flow that you can implement. And I teach you a lot of ManyChat's capabilities in that mini course. So go ahead and click the link below if you want to learn more about ManyChat and chatbot marketing. I also have a Facebook free course as well in the link below. And if you want to dive in, the ProEdge team has put together a comprehensive chatbot for all of your marketing needs that you could take advantage of. But I don't want to go there if you only want the free version. I give you lots of goodies as part of my complimentary course. So let's dive into ManyChat and show how to build this flow. Now, ManyChat offers lots of ways to get this flow into somebody's hands. Some of my favorite as a realtor and investor is a URL as well as a QR code. So I may send a customer after we close on a house, or I find a buyer their new dream house, or help a homeowner sell their house. At the end of that transaction, I may send them a nice email or thank you. And in that email, I'll ask them, would they be kind enough to leave us a review? And in that email or text message or what have you, I'll have a link, which is a link to make that review. And that'll open up Messenger and then walk them through the review process. So it's very, very easy for them to make a review. So the first thing I do in the review is I'm going to decide, how am I going to deploy this thing? What do I want to do? So let me show you a couple of my tricks. So over in here, you have add trigger. So you click on trigger, and these are all the various ways that ManyChat will allow you to create a review. And the one I'm going to do first and foremost is the URL. So I'll click on URL, and ManyChat opens up this screen. And up here in the green area, you want to name this review. So I'm going to call it review, and I usually do URL here. So we'll put a URL in there. So down in here in the cuss reference, I'll say leave review, give it a name, and then I hit save. And that's all you have to do. So now I have a nice URL that I can send off to one of my buyers or sellers and thank them for their business and ask them if they would leave me a review. I can copy that to the clipboard, paste that away on my desktop, have that available anytime I want to ask somebody for a review. I can just send them that URL. Now that I have that, make sure at the bottom, let me go back in there, make sure when you're on that screen that down below it's activated. So that's an active URL to send them in this flow. The second one I like to do is a QR code, because maybe like for me, on my phones and stuff, do I have my phone here? It's down here. Let me grab it here for you. I like to put a QR code right on my phone, so I make it real easy. I don't know if you can see it. There it is there. So when I meet somebody or I'm with the buyer at their house and I'm thanking them, I say, hey, would you mind giving me a review? And they say, sure, where do I do that? And I just open my phone and I have them point their camera at my QR code, and Messenger opens up and they leave the review right then and there. So it's super, super easy when you're with your buyer at the settlement table. Maybe do it when you're closing at the settlement table. Right then and there, you could ask them for a review. and you're going to use a QR code. So let me show you how easy a QR code is in ManyChat. So when I hit new trigger, there's a QR button here. So now I've added a QR code. Now up here, I'm going to call it review QR code. So now I have my two codes here. Now in ManyChat, you can have fun with this. They have them as small as 100 to 2,000 pixels. So you can have a really big QR code or a real small one. I think 200 is the perfect size because it's going to be a nice little QR code that you can put on a phone, background image. You can have it, anywhere you want. You could drop a logo in the QR code. So you could put your company logo or a picture of yourself. So you just literally click this and go out to your desk and find the picture that you want to put inside there. And then they have a checkbox to say, do you want to remove the background behind the logo to make it cleaner? Down here, you control your colors. So based on who you work for, your company name, you could paste in your company colors. So I can make a nice QR code, in this case with blue and white. And now I have the QR code. Make sure that you enable it here. So in here, you enable it. And before we enable it here, we're going to be publishing this flow. So I'll talk about that in a minute. But down here, you have a download. And this will let me just save the file name. And I'll go in and say review QR. And I'm going to put that on my desktop. So I'm going to end up putting that as a background image on my phone. So when I'm at the settlement table, I'll just have them take a picture of that and leave a review before we leave the building. Great ways to get it. And right now you see it's disabled because we're not published yet. We'll go back and do that later. So in ManyChat world, what we're going to do is when they either click the URL or scan the QR code, we're going to send them right into Facebook Messenger and we're going to explain to them how to leave a review. So in here, we're going to click on this message here. That's the first step. And up here in the content type, make sure you pick other here at the top. That's just a Facebook rules change thing. That I'll explain rules later in my channel with a video, what Facebook rules are all about. But make sure you put other here. And down here is where you type in your message. So in the messaging, you could say, thanks. And then what I like to do is personalize it when they're in Messenger. These two squiggly lines is a field selector. I could put in their first name. So I'll say, thanks, first name. We hope you found working with us fun. Or you could say congratulations on your new home. So put in whatever words you want here. So I'll just keep it real simple. Found working with us fun. And then I would say, would you kindly leave us a review? So there we go here. And then down here in ManyChat, they have what's called quick replies. So I can hit a quick reply and put in a word that we want. So we could say sure thing. So I'll do a little exclamation point. And what I can do here to make it fun for them is before the letter S here, I could drop in a emoji. So right here, I'm going to put a little smiley face because they're saying sure thing. That's the first reply. Now, maybe they're not ready to leave a review just now, so I'll say another quick reply, and then this time I'll do, instead of a smiley face, I'll do like a questionable face, and I'll say not now. So I'll give them a chance to do it later. So inside a Messenger, that message went in there, it's in their phone, and when they're all ready to leave a review, they'll hit, we'll send them somewhere to go leave a review later. If they say sure thing, we're going to have them leave the review. So that's what we have here. Now, in ManyChat, we need to tell it what to do when they push one of these buttons. So these little buttons have a little circle here. When I highlight that circle, I can drag my cursor and drop it. Okay, so when I let go of the cursor, a menu pops up in ManyChat, and I can send a message, I can perform an action, I can start another flow, I can have a delay. So a delay, maybe I set it up so if they say not now, I'll put a smart delay, maybe at 24 hours later, and then send them another message, or 20 hours later, or 6 hours later, and say, hey, I hope you're enjoying the new house. Just a reminder, if you would kindly leave us a review, click here. We could also do send SMS and text. So ManyChat has lots of capabilities. In this case, I'm simply going to say, send another message. So if they say sure thing, you can say, great. We love getting reviews on our Facebook page. Now in here, you could send them to Facebook, you could send them to Google, put wherever you like to get your reviews. So in here, what I would do is I'd say click leave review button, and I would say click the leave review, and I'll usually put it in quotes, leave review button below. And what I like to do is always use emojis. So down here, I'm going to do a finger pointing down. And then here's a button. So instead of a quick reply, ManyChat has buttons. So if I add a button, now I can give the button a name, and I'm going to call it leave review. And that'll be our button's name. And in the beginning, I'm going to hit a smiley face and then nice little smiley, and I'll do a space. You have so many characters to put in the button name. This 6 represents how many characters are left in that button name. Now, here's the great thing. Inside of ManyChat, when they push that button in Messenger, you could send them another message. You could open a website. You can call a number. You could perform an action. So what we're going to put behind the button is the URL to your business page in Facebook right to the review section. So let me show you how easy it is to get that URL. So what we're doing is we said open a website, and you want to navigate over to your Facebook page. Now on your Facebook page, by the way, this is my ProEdge chatbot for real estate page. I appreciate if you follow me on this page, like this page. I provide lots of content for you around chatbot marketing for real estate. But in any case, enough of that. On my page, I have a review section. So if you turn on reviews on your business page, you have your review section. And all the way up at the top, I have the URL. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy that URL, and I'm going to come back to ManyChat, and I'm going to paste that URL right there. And then I hit done. So now when they say I want to leave a review, great. We love getting reviews on our Facebook page. Click leave review button, right? They click that leave review. It takes them right to your Facebook page. They type in their review and hit save, and they are done. Now you can get fancy and wait a few minutes and then say thank you after they've clicked the button. Right here, you can send them to a thank you, a time delay, and say we appreciate the review. You can wait a day. You could do whatever you want in ManyChat. But don't forget, we need to say when they say not now, I'm going to drag this down, leave another message, and I'll make it other. And I'll say, understand, we will check back in later. Okay, so you could do a second message there. Now in ManyChat, if you want to then do a time delay, you can hit this continue step at the very bottom. So now I have a little next step. And what I can do is do a timer. So I'll do a smart delay. And up here, I may do, 6 hours later. I'll do a 6-hour time delay. And then I would send them another message and say, hey, just checking in. Would you kindly give us a review if you want to nudge them later on if they said they're not ready to do it right now. So that's chatbot marketing. You'll see how easy it is in ManyChat to construct these flows. And these flows will allow you to have a dialogue with somebody right on Messenger. So you're leaving them a review. You're making it easy for them to simply click a button and it goes right to the review page, making it super, super simple to get those reviews as a real estate professional or entrepreneur that wants to work with those customers and get the feedback from those customers. If you like this video, make sure you hit the bell button and subscribe. Each week I'll be releasing videos focused on technology and strategies for real estate professionals and entrepreneurs to help make this the best decade ever, leveraging those technologies to our advantage. We'll see you on the next video.